Ever wondered why you sometimes become your own worst enemy when it comes to achieving your goals? It's an intriguing question that often haunts most of us. The answer, quite frankly, lies in the notion of self-sabotage. This term may be unfamiliar to some people, but actually, it is all about the series of actions we consciously or subconsciously take that can slow down our own personal and professional growth. Imagine building a roadblock yourself that stands in the way of your destination. A self-constructed hindrance that is preventing you from achieving what you aspire for. That's what self-sabotage is, a self-constructed roadblock. It's a barrier that we create ourselves, an obstacle that comes between us and our dreams, aspirations, and goals. The manifestations of self-sabotage can be very different with many twists and turns, ranging from procrastination to perfectionism, from negative self-talk to an unexplainable fear of success. It's a true hindrance that can steer us towards a spiraling path of frustration, disappointment, and unfulfilled dreams, which can cause a pattern that seems almost impossible to break away from. However, in the middle of this seemingly grim portrayal, there's a glimmer of optimism. Self-sabotage, contrary to what you may believe, isn't an impossible obstacle. Instead, it's a habit, a recurring pattern of behavior that can indeed be changed. Such transformation begins with understanding the triggers, the reasons, the patterns, and the effects of this self-destructive behavior. In the journey of overcoming self-sabotage, knowledge is power and understanding is the key. It's an enlightening process, self-awareness that can pave the way for transformative change. It's about identifying the self-destructive habits, acknowledging their impact, and then actively working towards breaking these harmful patterns. Knowledge is power. But remember, understanding is the first step to overcoming. So are you ready to break free from your self-sabotage habits? The tricky thing about self-sabotage is that it often goes unnoticed, flying just under the radar. So, how do you spot it? Let's explore more of this complex and disruptive behavior. Picture yourself in the middle of a beautiful and peaceful day, continually pushing off tasks until the last possible moment, even when there is a time deadline. This, my dear listeners, is a classic instance of procrastination, an often overlooked but no less damaging manifestation of self-sabotage. But it doesn't stop there. Visualize those inner thoughts, those self-deprecating whispers that cause doubts on your abilities. You know the ones I'm talking about, right? The voices that murmur, "I can't do this," or "I'm not good enough." This is a perfect example of negative self-talk, a quiet but insistent form of self-sabotage, with your own mind playing the saboteur, undermining your efforts and aspirations. And then, let's bring into focus a more subtle form of perfectionism. Striving for excellence is great, but when your quest for perfection leaves you in a state of never-ending dissatisfaction because things aren't as flawless as you'd like them to be, you're unconsciously setting yourself up for failure. You're sabotaging your own journey towards success with an unattainable goalpost. These behaviors might seem not to matter much. They might even feel like just a part of who you are. However, when these patterns persist, they can significantly hinder your progress, stalling your growth and obstructing your pathway to success. The key then is to become very aware of these patterns and their triggers, to recognize when you're on the tip of falling into these self-destructive traps. Dedicate this time to examine your thoughts, to look at your behavior and understand the reasons behind them. Practice, and you'll soon start noticing the signs of self-sabotage. And remember, recognizing these behaviors is the first step towards ending self-sabotage. Now that you've identified these behaviors, it's time to break the cycle. But how? Navigating from self-destruction to self-empowerment is a journey paved with understanding, acknowledgement, and initiative. Let's embark on this transformative expedition collectively, one small stride at a time. The first vital strategy is setting attainable goals. Instead of shooting for the stars and facing disappointment, lay down smaller, achievable objectives. For example, Rather than pledging to work out for an hour every day, begin with a quarter of an hour 3 times a week. This methodology makes your targets seem less intimidating and more feasible, considerably boosting your probability of accomplishing them. Secondly, embrace the practice of mindfulness. This term is not just a fleeting trend, it signifies a lifestyle. Mindfulness motivates you to remain in the present moment and scrutinize your thoughts and emotions without any bias. This cognizance can assist in identifying self-destructive patterns. Are you postponing a task because it seems challenging? Or are you circumventing a conversation because it's awkward? By conceding these practices, you can decide to react differently. A third constructive tactic is seeking assistance from others. Battling self-destructive behaviors need not be a solitary endeavor. Reach out to a dependable friend, a family member, or a professional counselor. Having a confidant to discuss your challenges can offer motivation, a fresh viewpoint, and a sense of responsibility. Moreover, remember to exhibit kindness towards yourself. Ceasing self-sabotage does not involve penalizing yourself for past errors. It entails accepting your present situation, comprehending why you're in it, and making efforts to progress. Be tolerant with yourself. Applaud your minor triumphs and glean wisdom from your failures. In essence, quitting self-sabotage necessitates shifting your mindset from self-reproach to self-kindness, from evasion to action, and from dread to bravery. It revolves around understanding that you are deserving of success, joy, and satisfaction, that you possess the power to actualize these states of being. Remember, transformation doesn't occur in the blink of an eye, but with regularity and dedication, you can put an end to self-sabotage. It's time to rise into your power, acknowledge your potential, and evolve into the most exceptional version of yourself. You've got this. So, let's recap what we've learned today about self-sabotage. This journey of understanding self-sabotage is quite an enlightening one as we unravel the intricate paradox surrounding it. Exploring this topic, we've shed light on how individuals often, even without realizing, hinder their own progress and personal successes. Many times, it's the unseen enemy within us, silently creating obstacles on our path to achievement. Our discussion has led us to delve deeper into identifying these self-sabotaging behaviors, thus bringing them to these behaviors manifest in different forms for different individuals. It could be procrastination, where we delay tasks and decisions, creating stress and fostering a sense of guilt. It could be negative self-talk, where we belittle ourselves, undermining our confidence and stunting our growth. Or it could in the form of setting unrealistic goals, which set us up for failure right from the start. Recognizing these behaviors is the key to unlocking the door to change. Further, we've ventured into the process of ending self-sabotage. This process is a gradual one, requiring both patience and persistence. It all starts with awareness, acknowledging the existence of these behaviors. The next step is acceptance, coming to terms with these harmful patterns. Only then can we begin to understand the root cause, the source of our self-defeating actions. Once we've understood the cause, we then need to replace these damaging habits with healthier ones. This process of replacement is not a one-time thing, it's an ongoing endeavor. It might seem like an uphill battle, but remember, even the smallest changes can make a significant impact over time. In summary, self-sabotage, not an insurmountable enemy. It's a part of us that we can understand, work on. It's about knowing that it's okay to falter and stumble. It's okay to not be perfect. Just keep moving forward. Ending self-sabotage is not a destination, it's a journey. So start today and remember, you are stronger than you think.